So there we are, back again. Greeted by Mighty, even though customers will be more fitting. Ah, is it a chat bubble thing? No. Very good. I'm guessing this is like second year anniversary event, which I haven't checked out for the audio yet. I know it's this event. CS Lammers. Yeah, I haven't checked that out yet. I also should like check out this Star Rail world event yet, but ours give priority to the story first, which I also haven't done yet. So yeah, we are jumping from Honkai Back third story today, right into Star Rail story, like the yeah, but like Cassero's part, so to say. I'm guessing the whole like trailer for this version put a lot of focus on Castorus, so yeah. And also, yeah, did like a small cliffhanger in the trailer with like our trailblazer apparently dying. You'd have to say, this is like I'm expecting this to be a wild ride in this chapter. Unlike this version update. Do we want a story recap? Yeah, come on, we can do that. We can do story recaps. Everyone is waiting, awaiting the demigod of strife to emerge from the trial. Something unexpected happens. The Trailblaze squad immediately follows Mighty into the trial and rescues Finon, who's trapped inside. Just as everyone breathes a sigh of relief, a new problem arises. Mighty had to shoulder the burden of strife, but the Cragnatsune would never willingly give up the core flame to their old foe Akima. In an attempt to gain a better understanding, he decides to first seek advice from his teacher, Gradaros, a veteran of Kremlis. The two part on bad terms. Meanwhile, Trian and Castorus are dispatched to the Grove of Epiphany as diplomatic envoys of Akima. When they arrive, they discover to their surprise that a black tide has struck, and they fight a mysterious swordmaster. In the end, they manage to rescue an accident in the core flame that he carries. Everyone is on their way back within the city of Akima. Gradaros is arrested for abducting Trinan and trespassing on forbidden grounds. Under Mighty's mediation, Tribi and her sisters agree to reveal their memories in order to facilitate reconciliation between the Cragnatsune and Akimans. Unexpectedly, just as Tribi and her sisters are about to meet Time Titan Oronix and repair their memories, they encounter the mysterious Swordmaster yet again. Trian sacrifices herself and falls with the Titan to protect her companions. In order to take the core flame, everyone set up a plan to seal the Swordmaster. The plan suffers multiple setbacks, but Mighty returns as the demigod of strife and helps everyone reclaim the core flame. Not long after, he successfully persuades his people to let go of their prejudices against Akima. He says goodbye to everyone and returns home to join the front line against the Black Tide, where he sits atop his red crystallized throne. For whatever reason it being red crystal, but okay. On the other side, everyone holds a simple funeral for Trian, who exhausted her divine powers and turned into a doll. Which I find kind of cute, and I'm also kind of still wonder why they turn into dolls. But hey, it's just a part of it, I guess. Having accepted Trian's last wish, the group continues on to the path of the Flame Chase journey. Which we do now.
This place is rich with the sweet scent of flowers. Can we stay here for a while longer?
So, we have some stuff to discuss, I guess. Jimmy's memories has unveiled the very first prophecy. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle, such is the will of fate, or in a different version, One shall live till the end, and they alone will witness era no one. If I take on Oryx's trial, will the prophecy come to pass for me as well? Regardless, I must give Glaya an answer. Alright, yeah, we're also supposed to do Oryx's trial. I already forgot about that again.
Ah, it's you, Cass. I finished the anthology of poems you lent me. Here it is.
I thought you'd be too preoccupied to find time for reading.
Precisely because of these obligations, I felt compelled to read it swiftly.
Alright.
Wouldn't all these preoccupations slow your pace?
On the contrary, knowing that time is limited can push one to overcome their limitations. The weight of these responsibilities seems to have enhanced my reading efficiency.
Okay.
I understand completely. During my time at the Grove, the closer exams drew, the more efficient I became at tackling everyday mundane tasks. Anything but my actual studies.
Yeah. I feel you there, Castros. Once exams draw closer, you are able to do everything besides studying. Yeah, I nodded.
Precisely. As I remember, you and Finon were both disciples of the new Sporists. I assume that Anaxa's exams were as unreasonable as the man himself, correct?
The courses Professor Anaxa taught were Introduction to Alchemy and History of Mythology. And to be perfectly honest, those two courses were the students' greatest nightmares.
I mean, alchemy sounds interesting, but yeah, I've never been much of a history guy. Even the mythology side is interesting in most parts.
The history of mythology taught by the blasphemous great performer himself. I can imagine their fear.
She makes it sound more ominous than the sentence itself. That's on, but okay.
Now that I think about it, students would often rush to the podium during class to challenge him on those blasphemous ideas.
Okay.
May I ask, Lady Aglaya, has your relationship with Professor Anaxa always been like this?
He openly dismisses people's faith and questions the very justification of the Flame Chase journey. Our positions have been destined to be at odds. While you were studying there, I assume you must have heard of his nickname.
Have we heard of that nickname before yet? I don't think so.
A Dromus draped in finery?
As I see it, this nickname is more of an insult to the Dromas.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They really do not get along.
Despite his insufferable arrogance, I do hold a certain respect for his nature as a scholar. To remain true to his principles, he is unafraid to stand opposed to the world, and that requires considerable resolve.
That's also true, though.
Anaxagoras' life is almost like a satire. As a Chrysos heir, he refuses to heed the prophecy, while he disrespects the gods.
But yet he is also a crisis heir and has to take part in prophecy. Fair.
The gods have chosen him.
He was indeed chosen by Circes. Is something weighing on you, Cass? The golden thread is quivering. I sense there's more to this exchange than idle chatter.
With all due respect, I'd like to know what you plan to do with him.
In light of his assistance in the battle against the Flame Reaver, I am willing to grant him some time to find a way to remove the core flame. However, if Anaxa decides to make any move that places us in danger, I will not hesitate to take extreme measures.
Just as I feared.
The Flame
Just as
Chase
expected,
journey
to be
is the
honest.
destined path for the Chrysos heirs. Yet he now seems more like an empty shell. Given his strong sense of self-respect, I trust that Anaxagoras will make the right decision.
Still, I can't help but hope for another possibility. Perhaps Anaxa will also overcome his limitations, now that he knows time is limited.
I understand your stance. Let's continue this discussion another time. But now, let's greet our guest. You're here.
Hello, it's me again.
Does
And
this
then-
mean you're ready to take on Orynyx's trial?
I guess I am. Yep, we are early. Mem and me.
It seems that this sacred beast is just as indispensable, given their intricate ties to the Titan.
Also, I hope she starts to speak more proper sentences from now on. She has been doing it bit by bit from like each update to update, but I hope it becomes more frequent.
Memmy mem, memmy mem 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 mem, memmy mem memmy mem.
And yeah, my hopes are shattered. Well, thanks to you, I've evolved from a little dog into a sacred beast. Which still can't properly speak in 4 sentences yet. Sadly.
Surrendering the core flame is a Chrysos heir's duty. Your selfless assistance is deeply appreciated. However, I urge you to carefully consider the risks of accepting the trial. Becoming a demigod means forsaking your humanity. You will inherit Orynyx's divinity and bear the time of Amphorius, all on your own.
I also do wonder what implications this will have, since we are actually not from Amphorius. Like in our specific case, it should have even more implications than that.
From that point onward, your fate will be forever intertwined with ours, never to be separated again, until the end of Genesis.
Is there a plan
It's
B?
exceedingly rare to find a capable Chrysos heir. If this path proves unattainable, I am willing to lower my expectations.
Alright.
There are still many priests of Yanissopolis and their descendants in the city. If I'm left with no other option, I'll try to find someone worthy among them.
Or is it I'm out? Nah. Yeah.
Mem worry. Memmy memmy mem, memmy mem mem mem, memmy mem mem mem.
Alright, with me by your side, even if things go south, you'll be heading straight to heaven.
Mem memmy mem, mem memmy mem 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 hero.
You've come so far and everything is counting on you to be the hero.
Memmy mem mem, mem 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 mem, memmy mem 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 mem, mem mem memmy mem mem.
As for the trial, you have nothing to fear. The Time Titan may be willful at times, but they never cause us any harm. I also actually kind of want to see how like the voice acted like got info, man. I would kind of like feel stupid having to say like mem mem memmy mem for like the dozens, like thousands of times at this point.
Mem memmy mem 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 mem, mem mem mem, memmy mem 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 mem.
We've heard that Orynyx poses as mortals, but to me, they just seem a bit timid, like a child.
It looks like you know that Titan rather well.
Memmy mem mem, memmy mem mem mem, memmy mem 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 mem, memmy mem mem mem, memmy mem mem mem.
Oddly enough, I don't remember ever meeting them, but the moment I saw Tamamo, Orynyx's memories were already in my head. Well, since they're like saying that Orynyx is a bit childish, I'm remembering the time when we like played as Firefly in the Feldspark. Oris ran into like the Trailblazers doing like the most stupidest and silliest of things. So is this like the connection they are drawing here? I mean, more often than not, the Trailblazer kind of is like presented as like more of a goofball than anything.
Memories that exist outside of your own experiences.
I can't explain why, but I can vouch for Mem's words. When I was in the abyss, I heard the Titan's groans, full of pain and grievances, yet without any ill will.
Well, I trust I also make the right call, I guess.
Since you've made your decision, go back to the bath chamber and get some rest. Trinem will call for you when the ceremony is ready. It is difficult for me, as the guide, to absolve myself from blame for things to have progressed to this point. Time and again, you have risen to the occasion for Akima. Merely rewarding you with some honeydew is no longer able to express the extent of our gratitude.
What will be our next for a reward from you then, Aglaya?
When the dust settles, I hope that we'll have the chance to have a long chat regarding your return journey and the curse of the sky. It's about time that we lift the taboo and discuss things openly.
Does it also mean we're going after Anila next then? Sounds like it. Before leaving, I should go and say hi to Castoris. Hello, Castoris. Double Castoris.
Mister, may everything go well for you and Mem.
We need Aglaya for something too?
It's nothing. I only came to discuss some matters with Lady Aglaya. Previously, I lent her an anthology of poems that Lady Trianne had gifted to me. Tracing back, this anthology was something left for Lady Trianne by a bard before their passing. Although personal properties should be cleared out once their owner has passed on, Lady Trianne gave this book to me since she knew how much I like to read.
Can you tell me more about the book?
It just contains an allegory. In a faraway land, in a city known as Styxia, a dragon corrupted by the black tide descended one day, swooping upon the city like death itself.
Don't tell me this is literally the dragon she uses in her gameplay. Like, as her ultimate, her Memory Sprite.
It swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down the evil dragon, the warriors discovered that the princess's life had already met its end. Overwhelmed by grief, the queen hired an alchemist to resurrect the princess using the dragon's flesh and blood. However, having lost memories of her previous life, the resurrected princess turned into an evil dragon herself and wreaked havoc on the city. As a result, the prosperous Styxia met its demise.
Don't tell me that's literally her backstory. What's the backstory? It must have been easy for Cass to narrate the story so calmly.
The author of this book is Archepia, a wandering bard who traveled to many cities.
Ooh, I'm getting a bit of frame drops right now. Ooh. Got a lot of frame drops. Check, what's the issue? It recovered. I guess it was just a hiccup of my graphics card.
Among the things she left behind are poems, dictionaries, and many tragicomedy scripts. She even clearly underlined and took notes in books that covered myths with her elegant handwriting. While flipping through these books, I felt like I was afforded a glimpse into the life of Archepia. It felt just like I was traveling with someone that I'd never met before. It was as if she had yet to pass on and was still alive.
I don't know how it goes for life without leaving a mark.
That's right. Writing, drawing, and taking photographs. It seems like human nature to try and leave records of things. Speaking of taking photographs, when I was helping you to take the photo previously, I did not look through the photos in your photo stone out of courtesy. But I'm also very curious about the story of the Rosy Celestial Maiden.
Rosy Celestial Maiden? Is she talking about March?
Despite having visited many cities in Amphorius, I still understand nothing about the world beyond the sky. If there is an opportunity...
I think the opportunity will present itself once we are through with Amphorius, so...
Forget it. Let's talk about this in the future. For now, I only hope that you'll be able to complete the trial safely and obtain Orynyx's blessing.
I don't think there's anything else to do here. Time to head back to and talk to them now. Alright. Let's go sleep again, I guess. Oh, fine items here. Citizens Assembly?
That's right. Oh, partner, you're back just in time. This is something that the both of you should probably know.
Some good news?
Good news? I wouldn't call it that.
Oh, sad. Do you remember the Council of Elders that was on our heels previously? Seems like they've made a move.
Some background information for you. The Council of Elders is an authoritative body in Amphorius, made up of different city representatives. They hold legislative power over the Holy City, and are in charge of presiding over the Citizens' Assembly held once every few years. This is the most important social event of Akima. It is highly influential, and can even affect what happens to the Flame Chase journey.
So, Aglaia doesn't actually call the shots?
Despite her vision and wisdom that spans across thousands of years, even she cannot win over the hearts of everyone.
Fair, I guess. Even though she feels like the type who could like get a lot of people on her side. No one's passed. Yeah, I've never once passed my sociology class, I guess. At least not the Amphorius one. You should retake some exams next time you visit the Paperford University. Please no more slum bananas, please. Thank you. I don't want to go back there. Tell me more about the Citizens
Every
Assembly, please.
5 to 10 years, the Council of Elders organizes a Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud.
Now I managed to kill my own headphone cable. I always try to look like for a new like headphone cable, but of course my headphone has like a 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter headphone, like your audio jack, which is not a cable you usually get. Sadly.
During the assembly, the representatives will vote on major issues such as whether the Chrysos heirs led by Aglaia should still hold the right to govern the Holy City, and whether the Titan's conquest should continue.
Oh, so they actually really just like wanna like openly try to stop our like ambitions. It sounds like some sort of system to balance the heroes and the mortals.
That is correct. However, the problem lies in the fact that there are ill-intentioned extremists in the Council of Elders. They view the Citizens' Assembly as a way to restrain the Chrysos heirs and hope to take complete control over the Flame Chase journey. We can refer to them as the opposition. During the assemblies held in the past 100 years, the voices supporting the opposition have been growing stronger in the shadows. It's only thanks to Aglaia that the Flame Chase journey has been able to continue to this day. The Citizens' Assembly is just around the corner. But this time, there seems to be a new variable to the situation.
Which would be... well, us, I guess. Well, I guess not. Although it might be mentioned, the Council of Elders has another target in
I'm
mind.
afraid that the Council of Elders might want to take advantage of Professor Anaxa.
Okay, fair.
Aglaya will surely take back Cersei's core flame. But with Anaxa's current condition, it's so unique that nobody knows how taking the core flame away from him will affect him. He has always been someone that is only concerned about his own research. I'm certain that he must want to escape from the monitoring of the Golden Thread and protect himself. If the opposition were to offer an olive branch at this time...
Why wouldn't an olive branch in particular stop? Protect him from, like, Aglaya's threats. Not sure what, like, the mythological background for this one is. Suspected he might betray the Flame Chase journey and effectuate the Council of Elders.
Anaxa has never believed in the prophecy, so technically it cannot be considered a betrayal. However, he has taught many Chrysos heirs, and has long been considered an important ally of Akuma. I truly do not wish to see comrades turning on one another.
Well, I have a better understanding of the full picture now. Is there anything that we can do?
As I believe in his character, I plan to plead with Aglaya and try to buy more time for him. Then, the greatest way in which you can help is for you to know what I am fighting for.
You understand. Thank you for being honest with us. Things are piling up again. Tamamo and Mem are tied up with our next destroyer, and while I'm preparing to visit the Grove to uncover clues about it will be on the sky. Let's just take things one step at a time, I guess.
Allow me to apologize for the fact that we always seem to be troubling you.
You are.
I hope that Oryx will show more benevolence and be more accommodating. I remember that they seemed quite fond of you back in the Abyss. Go and rest and regain your strength. We'll meet at the Vortex in a few days.
I was waiting a few days for it all.
Oh, right. You can read this scroll if you want to find out more about the Council of Elders and the Citizens' Assembly.
I guess we can read it. The study of the Citizens' Assembly. Democratic politics has always fascinated citizens of different city-states and emporias. When Akuma was first established, its democracy was limited to a privileged minority. However, through ongoing reforms, the Akuma Citizens' Assembly took to the stage, transforming Akuma governance into a democracy for all, where the Citizens' Assembly made every major decision. It's important to note that as the Black Tide draws near and citizens from other city-states join Akuma's political life, the precious rights of Akuma's original citizens are becoming increasingly diluted. Consequently, voices calling for reforms with the Akuma Citizens' Assembly system grew ever louder. Democracy is only one of the consequences of civilization's development, rather than the cause of development. For democracy to be productive, it must appoint different rules for different societies, situations, and issues. No single rule can be optimal for all scenarios. In other words, Akuma Citizens' Assembly system will continue to evolve as this book is written. Due to time limitations, this publication focuses only on the current Akuma Citizens' Assembly, not its future developments. Readers should bear this limitation in mind. Citizenship and citizenship policies of Akuma. Before examining the Akuma Citizens' Assembly operational mechanisms and core functions in depth, we must first address the matter of citizenship rights and citizenship policies of Akuma. The other have once noted that Akuma is a collective of free citizens. Due to the substantial power citizens possess, citizenship qualifications must be strictly regulated to ensure citizen rights. Discussion on the recognition of naturalized citizens' rights were once the focus of disputations between the leader of the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders. As more Ampharian city-states fell over time and as Black Tide drew closer, citizenship rights reforms became imperative. Judging from the final outcome, citizens from all city-states have equal citizenship rights in the whole city and can have equal participation in public matters. That's not bad, actually. While social differences naturally exist between rich and poor, local and travelers, The holy city of Okima would not allow these social distinctions to become political divisions and will ensure complete political equality among all citizens. Continued. I wonder how it is trying to do that, though. Sounds quite hard. Operational mechanisms of the Citizens' Assembly. Barring emergencies, Okima Citizens' Assembly follows strict protocols when it's called. The current Council of Elders, a governmental entity made of representatives of the city-state, posts the upcoming Citizens' Assembly agenda and venue, usually Dawn Cloud in the Holy City, at the Wall of Heroes before each meeting. Usually topics are proposed by Council of Elders members before the assembly and become official assembly items after receiving majority council approval. The council predetermines which matters to address and when. Once confirmed, the council chairman hands over the agenda to the Council of Elders assembly chair, who presides over the meeting. Normally, matters cannot be discussed at a citizens' assembly without prior council review. Council-reviewed matters yield only two outcomes. Either they are already thoroughly discussed and only need citizen votes, or they require citizens to hold debates to reach final resolutions during the assembly. Results are tallied using pottery shards blessed with Cavali's runes, with voting dolia blazed throughout Okima during assemblies. After thorough discussions and voting of all proposals, the Council of Elders post-approved agrees at the Wall of Heroes. Continued. Core functions of the Citizen Assembly. The Assembly wields the important capacity of legislative power, the appointment of government officials, declaring war, conceding peace, and the actual control of armies during wartime. Yet historically and practically, Okima Citizens' Assembly isn't fully controlled and directed by citizens, but rather a means to ensure that elites who represent the majority social interests can effectively manage social matters. In other words, the current system, where the leader of the crisis heirs and the Council of Elders jointly manage Okima, was decided by the Okima Citizens' Assembly system. Citizens influence policymakers through voting and other means of political participation rather than directly managing social affairs or making political decisions. Continued. Appendix. Principal members of the Council of Elders. The Council of Elders is a governmental organization consisting of representatives from a foreign city-state. While most are elected by the city-states, some receive direct invitations from current Council Elder members, authorized by the Citizens' Assembly. They manage various practical affairs within Okima. The most renowned honorary elder is Lycurgus, I'm going with that. And Auntie Catherine, a race that was already nearly extinct before the Crisis War. He had communicated directly with Kefali multiple times during the era crises and passed the wishes of mortals to Kefali, showing himself as the true Theoros. Lycurgus' neutrality is well noted by all, which explains his frequent selections as a Citizens' Assembly chair. I'm guessing I'm butchering some pronunciations here, but hey, it happens. Significantly, Elder Canis has shown great effectiveness in Okiman governance and gathered many followers. Many believe Canis will leverage accumulated resources to challenge the current situation where the crisis heirs hold real authority and transform Okima's political structure. That was a long read. Rest overnight.
I'm nervous.
The trial feels like it's just around the corner. I'm starting to feel nervous. Don't worry, everything will be fine. It probably will not, but everything will be fine. Let's just hope that everything goes well. After all, as someone who has earned the gaze of an eon, you should be able to overcome the trial of a regional god just fine. Of multiple eons, actually. We've also unknowingly gotten used to sleeping with the midday sun shining brightly above our heads. Get some rest, Tamamo. Perhaps a new phase of our trailblazing expedition in forest is about to begin. Yeah, it is. It very much is. Few days later at the Vortex of Genesis.
Esteemed one, Orynyx's vacant totem awaits. If you have already made your preparations to become a pillar of Amphorius, please, step forward.
Alright.
Little Grey and Mem, thank you. Your resolves cannot be questioned. We praise your pure selflessness and courage. May Kefali light your path forward. Get ready to assume Orynyx's divinity, Trailblazer.
I'm as ready as I can be, I would say.
The divine position of Orynyx has already been vacant for some time. We can feel the space of the trial closing. As there isn't much of their soul left, we'll have to complete the ceremony before their soul completely dissipates.
Then let's begin.
The eighth core flame coveted by the miracle that once belonged to the great Vale of Evernight, Orynyx. It shall now be returned by the two elected heroes of the Chrysosairs. A traveler who is upright and courageous, and a sacred beast that invokes miracles. Mem 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 who? Mem 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 mem.
It's also who for me? Not that.
Both of you, please, come forward. Recite along with us.
I find it cute how she's like kind of pointing out that she also wants to be treated like a human.
O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
I don't think I have gold blood. Just play along.
These are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn. Please, focus.
I have to in here, please. Just play along. That's what I meant with the goofball tendencies
And
of the
surrender
play
the core flame.
Click on how does it? Yep.
Orynyx. Their soul has been waiting for a long time.
Perhaps they're also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor.
Wait for my return, my friends. The choice with I love all of you sounds a bit weird, not gonna lie.
The last time I heard this, things didn't turn out that well.
Oh come on, don't start raising red flags here already.
Don't worry, Aglaya. He's tougher than I am, right?
Well, I would say so.
Traveler from beyond the sky, let us pray that the Titan acknowledges your worthiness.
Although he loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, his determination is as strong as the Chrysosairs. He will definitely succeed. While he's away, I would like to have a chat with you, Aglaya.
What are you gonna be up to now?
Speak. I'm listening.
Slap, slap.
What's Web doing?
Wake up.
Hello.
How is it? How do you feel?
Why are you here to talk? Finally, she can already talk.
Right? I think that it's amazing too. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I have such a cute voice. It must be because of all the memories that I collected. They allowed me to grow beyond expectations. Also, listen. The words of the Titan are becoming clearer.
Mother.
Ooh, you can actually understand what the Titan is saying.
It hurts. Have I finally reached the end? Are the years of isolation coming to an end?
Onyx. Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since the figure draped in the black cloak robbed them of their core flame, they have been relegated to waiting in isolation in such a confined space. We are going to help alleviate their pain, right?
If that's what we have to do, yeah.
Memories. Broken. Mother. Where?
Mother? Who are they calling out for?
Okay, we're already in an area we've already visited before. Okay, yeah, we are back at the sanctum. I guess. Okay.
You. It's you. I remember you. Skyfather has gazed upon you.
Skyfather? Okay. Is she referring to the honor of remembrance of Skyfather? Okay.
Mother is calling for you.
Yeah, does Skyfather refer to Fully? Yeah, I'm guessing it does. And now we can't get there again, of course. Then words are indistinct. Irresolute emerging from the mist seem to be clothed in frost, symbolizing memories.
Skyfather has chosen you.
Who's your mother? Probably one of the other eons. I'm guessing. Not like the other two. A magic voice pierced through the golden mist, reaching dancing mountain walls in the distance, reflecting and returning to her ears as an echo. Within echo, you simply could make out the cry of a baby.
Mother is no longer responding.
I've come to you because of something important.
Something important. An important matter.
Onyx, listen to me. Aren't you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always been protecting the fate of Amphorius. Each time people draw strength from within their memories, every single ripple falls onto your shoulders.
I did it again. Oh no, because this game is too short.
There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Onyx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf. This is why we have come.
Freedom. Freedom. I want freedom.
Oh, poor child. Everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can have a good rest now.
Leave it to us, Trident.
You have potential, strength, willpower, powerful, and tenacious. But you lack something.
Like a proper heart or something like that.
Just one thing.
Lacking something. What is it?
Oh, come on.
What you lack is a future.
Wait, what? Huh. Curious. I don't have a future.
Future?
Traveler from the sky. You should have dissipated already. The gaze from Sky Father. Stabilize your form.
Wait, what?
Because from the moment you crossed the sky, your life was cast away.
Wait, what? Okay. But Fruity didn't gaze at us, like, until quite a bit later. Like, Fruity didn't gaze at us at the moment we arrived. It was later.
Right now, you are simply a collection of walking memories.
What? How is that possible?
It's also quite curious. Do you mean that I'm already dead?
The space is collapsing. Someone must inherit the authority of time. If the pillar is lost, the laws of time will collapse. Emborius will succumb to eternal disorder.
What about a try?
Time never compromises, never bears grudges, never forgives, never makes a choice. Child of humanity, Titans, Mother, Sky Father, time restrains everything that exists in this world.
Orynyx's divinity is dissipating? Is the trial coming to an end?
Pathstrider of remembrance, my strength, I shall entrust it to you.
Uchi is actually acknowledging us as a past rider, so the Titans know the concept of that.
The fate of the world. If you wish to save it, go and find your future that has been stolen. Even if that means you'll have to cheat death.
Ooh, I like the sign of that. I like the sign of that. I do want to cheat that. Thank you very much.
You'll have to challenge that. Hand of shadow, clasped with unyielding fingers.
Ah. Okay, now I see where this is going. For the passing of the 15th hours, go forth and reclaim your future. Oh. This is the true trial of time. So we have literally a death counter. Interesting. You're finally awake. I keep it simple. You succeeded. Oryx has entrusted you with the divinity. Now you're no different from a demigod of Emphorius. However, you has told me about what happened during the trial. They are still explaining things to the others and told me to bring you back to your room to rest first. Don't side on her. There's something that I've never told you. When we landed on Emphorius, our car was pierced by Nicode's lance. Do you remember? Back in the ruins of the Abyss. This is what I said. We passed out when our car got hit. We blacked out too, but not before dragging you out. It's a good thing we were in a car, or we could have been crushed to pieces. Actually, my account kind of made light of the situation. What actually happened was much more complicated. He was severely injured back then, with several wounds still bleeding profusely. I struggled to carry her out and used the last of my strength to stem the bleeding. But then I was also hit by a falling rock and lost my consciousness. The last time I checked, you still were breathing. But when I regained consciousness, I saw that you were alive and full of energy, so I never brought us up again. Then what exactly, how exactly did you come back to life? I'm sure whether the gaze of Fuli has anything to do with this matter, but according to the Titan, you're living in the form of a memory right now, just like the objects of the past and the miracles of Oryx. Perhaps the mem is the anchor rope that ties you to the present. I'd assume they couldn't stray too far from you, but the truth might be the exact opposite. That will also explain why mem was like the first entity we encountered in Emphorius, quite literally. So I guess I'm still confused about the timing of Fuli's gaze then though. It's still a bit confused about that. It kind of, at least it does not add up to me. Stellaron, do something. Kind of like it. For a while, I also thought the Stellaron was a life support system, but it feels like this hypothesis has been disproven. Sad. It's not time for us to despair yet. There must be a way to save you. Oryx mentioned finding your stone future and cheating death. Considering Mighty's indestructible body, it seems to suggest that there is some kind of miraculous power in Emphorius that can even reverse death. And when it comes to matters of death, well, Casterus is the first person we could go to. The key seems to lie with the Hand of Shadows, the Death Titan, whose whereabouts are unknown.
Hey, are you alright?
Oh. Can you speak more now?
I heard you two talking about Thanatos. Cass is also very concerned about the warning. She has left the vortex and returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her? Thanatos is the Titan that Cass has always been looking for. Regardless of whether there are any clues, there's probably no one else that understands death better than her.
Yeah, pretty much. Mr. Tamamo?
Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you. The Chrysosaurs already know everything that has happened to you.
I mean, yeah,
I was too worried, so I told them everything. Please don't hate me, okay?
It's fine. Maybe we would have needed to tell them anyway, so. I mean, you have a death counter of like 15 hours an hour. We don't really have the time to keep secrets.
Mister, I'm right here.
You hear soft steps coming closer, one step at a time.
Please stay there and slowly turn around.
For some reason, you fear you have seen this scene before. You want to turn your head, but you glimpse a dash of purple brushing past your face. Then it chills you through your skin, spreading into your wings. Your heartbeat begins to slow. Spin around immediately to give Castorus a stare. I kind of want to do that. Virgin brews and core reality fades into perversion. But I doubt the game would have let me, so I'm gonna go with like a more reasonable response. And then...
Please pardon me.
A subtle fragrance of an unnamed flower fills your senses, its sweetness making you forget the need to breathe. Another thing about it is also like, actually should explain why we could touch Castorus during the fight with that swordmaster. Since we were already dead, she couldn't kill us, so... You realize you're still alive. To be more precise, your death was not far off. The coldness of the initial touch dispersed as quickly as it came, and replacing it is a touch of fingertips, and a tremor born of trepidation that originated from a certain lanky arm. The quivering finger gently brushed against your cheek, causing a faint tickle.
Just as I expected. I cannot feel anything.
Guess as you're
Back
shaking.
at the Grove, I was puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse.
I just called it out too.
I thought that it might have been the special ability of a traveler from beyond the sky. Never did I expect that this would be the true reason. I'm sorry. I should have noticed that something was amiss earlier. Mister, if my abrupt behavior just now offended you, I hope that you can forgive me.
Nope, didn't offend me.
I'm just thinking, if your soul has really left your body, as a mortician, I might be able to trace where it has gone to.
Cass, did you find anything?
My apologies. Not as of yet. Perhaps I have overestimated my capabilities. But, mister, would you be willing to let me try again? This time, I'll increase the area of contact slightly. Perhaps the result might be different this time.
In this case, just like completely hug me, I guess, in that case. That's not what I'm doing again.
I have never touched the living in this way before. If my actions are in any way disrespectful, I hope that you can forgive me.
Castorus once again places her palm on your face, assuring, calmed somewhat this time. Did you discover something?
I seem to have caught a glimpse of something. Your soul is currently roaming someplace and cannot find a way to escape.
Roaming where, though?
But perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If your soul is still wandering around, it means that we still have time. We have a chance to find it before the fingers of Thanatos sweep everything away. Clues. Just a few more. I need more guidance. Ah, the connection has been severed. With my strength, I'm not able to trace it.
Come on.
It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, mister. Although we currently have no leads, I will do my best to search for the whereabouts of Thanatos, bring back their core flame, and personally return to you the life that you have lost too soon. I know that I'm lacking in confidence, but I hope that you can keep this promise of mine in mind. Before I manage to deliver on this promise, please do your best to hang on. Amphorius needs you. Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the paths. They're worried about you too. If possible, please go there and let them know that you're well. Although, I don't actually know whether your current situation can be described as well.
I mean, it kind of is the same situation as before. We just didn't know about being dead yet.
Also, please accept this Styxian fable. Reading can help one to focus and relax. I hope that reading this can help tide you through this difficult period.
Sees her disappearing.
I'm not gonna read that whole book. Let's go to the baths.
They're here.
That partner! Hyacinth said you definitely wake up. How do you feel?
Take it if someone's dead. It appears quite cool being a departed spirit. I guess I will remove the joke inside this time.
Well, at least you look no different from the living. I think that most living people don't even look as good as you do.
You've completed the trial of time, and I have to admit that the process went better than I expected. Even in the end, that Titan's heart still showed a soft spot for humankind. However, I never expected that. Two people who have cheated death would appear in Akima at the same time.
True, next also
That's what
cheated
we've
death.
been talking about. Mighty has been in Akima for such a long time, but has no one thought to study his indestructible body? If there were even any minor breakthroughs, we wouldn't be as clueless as we are right now.
Many have had this idea, but so far, there have been no results. If it were successful, Thanatos wouldn't have disappeared without a trace. Nevertheless, now is not the time for us to give up. At the very least, we can still see a glimmer of hope.
That's true.
Cypher. If anyone in this world knows the whereabouts of death, it would be her.
We kind of finally get to see the Padofida's counterpart? I'm gonna call it.
I'll try and get her to return to Akima, but do be prepared for a less than ideal outcome. Please understand that throughout the history of Amphorius, no one has ever managed to escape the clutches of death. At the end of time, Thanatos silently awaits all.
You say that despite being in mighty hell, like at this point, having probably should have been dying like 1,000 times by now. But okay. Is this supposed to be comforting?
Don't take it to heart, partner. After all, you've already created countless miracles along the way, right?
Yeah, we managed to cheat death somehow.
But before that, just...
What's wrong, Aglaya?
Omens always come in pairs. A tiny air current will eventually brew into a storm that tears the sky apart. It's Anaxagoras. He has initiated contact with the Council of Elders.
Of course he did.
In the end, it has still come down to this.
I earnestly hope that your assessment of him is accurate, Finan. Otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I over the past millennium might be reduced to dust because of that great performer.
I don't think it's just so like she thinks of him as a proper great performer. The hell? You think it's supposed to be by the Council of Elders? Why is he like... He's more ominous looking than I expected it would get to, but okay.
I'm back here again. I remember this dream. This realm is covered in a silk-like fog, and the land is barren and harsh. The crowd of travelers leaves tracks everywhere.
Was this like supposed to be like the enforced equivalent of the river Styx or something like that? In a dream?
Hey! Excuse me! What is this place? Where in Anthorius are we?
Yeah, I totally understood what he said.
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend. Or perhaps they're just distracted and ignored my question.
Tell me, which Titan reigns over this land? And how do I find them?
I don't think there's much use in trying to talk to them.
Hand of Shadow.
Oh. Oh yeah. Not too surprising that it would be Infinitus realm.
Hand of Shadow Thanatos. Could this possibly be the Netherrealm?
Not Netherrealm.
Then where is this? River of Souls? The outskirts of the Netherrealm? Are you heading downstream toward the Netherrealm?
The Netherrealm. Nothing but an illusion.
Okay.
Titan rejects you, me. Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled fingers and remains silent.
Wait, is this also, maybe this also be the place where the Trailblazer's soul is trapped currently? I guess it's just like a place for souls which are not claimed by Thanatos to just roam around. In probably eternity.
I look in the direction they are pointing and listen closely. There. A massive shadow brought the sound of rushing tides. The sound of tides. I can hear it. I hear it, deep within the tides, beyond the closed gates of the Void World. A voice, about to recount something.
Child of humanity, is it death's embrace you yearn for with such urgency?
Oh. Hi, Cersei.
Oh, you have awoken. Welcome back to the mortal realm. Your consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected. Ultimately, it seems like the Titan's core flame is incompatible with a mortal body.
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In my estimation, at best, you'll see 15 more entry hours.
So the next are literally has the same death counter as us.
15 days and nights.
Oh, okay, it was not 15 hours, but 15 days. Okay.
What is it? Are you finally starting to become attached to the mortal world now?
On the contrary, 15 days feels a little too long for solving a singular problem. Stop giggling. It's time for us to go. The messenger from the Council of Elders is almost here.
Let me ask you one more question. Are you really planning to betray Aglaya's will?
What betrayal is there to speak of when I was never loyal to her to begin with?
What about that white-haired student of yours? Acting so recklessly, do you not care about what might happen to him?
I'm guessing she means fine on with that.
There will be a price to pay for blind faith. This is also a lesson for Finan.
Okay, yeah, it literally was kind of
You truly are a strict teacher.
Of course. This is how I've always been.
So who are we meeting?
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lord Anaxagoras.
The hell?
It's been a while, Lord Anaxagoras.
Since when is there like also Intellitrons here? Well, are you even Intelligtron?
I greet you on behalf of all the citizens of Akima and express my deepest regret about what happened at the Grove of Epiphany.
It's you. I never expected that you would personally come and meet me.
By carefully into Lantern above, I have come as a testament to the justice of the Council of Elders.
There are Antikytherans here? They have been a rare sight ever since the Chrysos War.
That's what Antikytheran is. Alright, so it's Emphoria's version of like an Intelligtron.
I extend to you my utmost respect,
Should be
revered
like the chairman.
Titan. I am Lycurgus, though you may call me Lygus, holding an honorary position within the Council of Elders in Akima, and as the Theoros, I stand to protect the right of all upright citizens to express themselves freely.
You can see them too?
Interesting.
You know about us. We Antikytherans perceive the world through the amplitude and frequency of souls.
Interesting.
Just as I am conscious that Lady Aglaya is secretly listening in on our private meeting from afar. If necessary, Lord Anaxagoras, I can sever the golden thread to protect your fundamental rights.
The demigod should know better, for such is her station. Spare those poor threats, and just let her listen to my words. They shall serve only to unveil her own folly.
May I interpret this as you having a countermeasure?
I need not any plan, because she can do nothing other than petty espionage. As the Citizens' Assembly approaches, and with Orynyx's fall, any attempt to capture the core flame within me will only usher chaos and calamity. A truth she undoubtedly comprehends. While I, Anaxagoras, serving as the Grove's special envoy to Akima's Citizens' Assembly, have long known the extent of your abilities. Let's forego the formality of asserting authority, Lord Lygus. Lead the way.
He's pretty sure of
Well,
himself.
surely Lady Kindness would appreciate such assertiveness in an ally. She's been waiting. Follow me, please. Is there something on your mind, Lord Anaxagoras?
Nothing, really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend to Dawncloud. For the Titans, does the falling equate to death?
Ah, a pondering truly deep. Time is on our side. Do you mind sharing your reflections with me?
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs. Their journey continues unhurriedly along this long path.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process, an action, whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive termination. In contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death. The notion of their fall is but a misinterpretation born of mortal ignorance.
We didn't sign up for a philosophy lesson, by the way.
An intriguing concept, albeit challenging to substantiate. After all, Kefali has maintained a profound silence ever since the era Arasa, while scholars and priests alike have conveyed the message of the gods' imminent fall.
Perhaps the gods, in their arrogance, deemed it beneath them to reveal their perspectives to mortals.
Could you elaborate on your statement?
Circes, the kin of the Skyfather as recounted in myths, now resides within my brain. Were I to inquire, Kefali would have no cause to refuse.
Oh.
That very well could be true. But what if the world-bearing Titan still chooses to remain silent?
In that case, the myths crafted by the people of Amphorius are nothing more than pitiful jests.
I guess. I'm not sure I'm quite following him in his reasoning, but okay.
It's worth a try. I believe, and I'd love to witness the fruits of your theory and the change it may bring to this imperiled world. Because I completely concur with you on this aspect. If the Titan has indeed met their end, any response from them would be impossible.
But here we are getting a response.
Please, Professor.
Or is this how you get to the Dawncloud?
The children of humanity have indeed created a spectacle.
Okay, it's just, I guess, the elevator.
Welcome to Dawncloud. The atmosphere here carries a greater sense of solemnity than the mundane clamor of the Marmorial Palace, with entry permitted only to the invited. Only esteemed beings grace this place, and among them I've received priests, scholars, warriors, and now we even have the honor to be in the presence of a Titan. Oh, what a joyous occasion.
Once deemed a blasphemer, now a surrogate for revered divinity. The honor should rightfully be mine, shouldn't it?
I'll notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. Kindly wait for a moment. A soldier will be here to guide you shortly. In the meanwhile, you're welcome to explore the vicinity, but kindly remain within the guard's view. Delaying the crucial meeting is something none of us wish to see, I presume.
I guess.
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods. There's no need to emphasize that.
As you wish. Your cooperation is much appreciated.
What are like these two big orbs in the background?
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you, but it turns out you just left one cage to enter another.
Guess.
Save your concerns. I know very well what I'm doing.
I shall depart to explore the surroundings then. Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here. I'm quite intrigued to see how the children of humanity beyond the grove perceive another Titan.
Off you go. I won't be joining you. This Titan appears to be quite at ease. I should investigate the Council of Elders' recent activities first.
Be aware, I can hear you perfectly well from here.
That's what happened if you share a consciousness with a Titan, I guess. Oh, wait, what can we find around here? Chests. Probably again
Take
lots
it.
of chests.
And buy some new armor for your tribe.
I want to make something with it. But what to make?
Let's check this area first, I guess.
Professor Anaxa! Over here!
Let me look around first. What do we want? Items. Oh, I guess. Nope, that's not doing it. Sweet.
Make sure you keep it safe.
Wait, is this the nymphas for this place? Yep, it is. Oh, it's flame flies this time around. I like how they just go around the issue not to call them fireflies.
Professor Anaxa? Word has it that the scholars of the Grove valiantly perished resisting the Black Tide. To find you here safe and sound, thank the Fates.
You could say it's the Fates toying with us.
It's only the Cragnatsune and Idonians who chase glory through death. But your survival is a victory in itself. I'd settle for that gladly. So, are you here to report the incident to the Council? I heard that after the Black Tide devoured the Grove, Akuma would be next in line, even with the demigod of strife standing alongside humankind.
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders know about the Black Tide?
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and Orynyx's fall, they proclaimed in the Council that the Flame Chasers could no longer stand against the calamity alone. Yet, when the Crown Prince ascended to godhood and repelled the Black Tide, she immediately altered her tune, declaring that all was resolved beyond Akuma, with the only remaining menace now being Aglaya and her adherents.
Huh.
They might well make their move at the upcoming Citizens' Assembly.
They're stupid. It's not that easy.
No surprises there, those shifty opportunists. Thank you for your honesty, virtuous student.
Being an opportunist could very well be a facet of wisdom.
Shouldn't you be searching for murals of yourself? I've had enough of your prattling.
I was really curious to see how you would find the middle ground between both factions, so I came to listen in. But it seems as though this kindness is much more ruthless than Aglaya. If so, why do you want to work with her? Could it be that perhaps you've decided to readily surrender this hollow shell of yours? Just because you feel like death is fast approaching?
I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed if that's what you truly think.
Yeah, I don't think he's out for like losing his like body.
Even blasphemous scholars can come here, it seems.
Looks like my presence here is quite unwelcome.
Give me the explain fly. Was it just for the first? Maybe like this. No. No, I'm just neutralizing it with that again. There it is.
I've seen puzzles like this in books.
Anaxagoras, I thought that you had died to the Black Tide, just like the other scholars.
Nope, he has not.
As Kephale's priest, are you not aware of the decorum of respecting the dead?
Surely you jest. You blasphemous heretics are not worthy of respect from the Supreme Being.
Why is he so like... Okay.
Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawn Cloud, so you'd better keep your deranged language to yourself. I am no longer that altar servant from years ago, who could only acquiesce to the commands of others. Now, I have plenty of ways to deal with people like you.
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. I can't believe that a follower such as you could have been made by a creation titan. As I see it, a dead titan can't provide you with this level of confidence, right? Then who is it exactly? Could it be kindness?
You. Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let that slide for now. Leave immediately, and don't impede us from receiving the Supreme Being's blessings.
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seems that Kindness is indeed quite sincere toward us. Perhaps...
Oh my, what a thrilling
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seems that Kindness is indeed quite sincere toward us. Perhaps this affair will proceed smoother than I had anticipated.
Oh my, what a thrilling confrontation. As expected of one of Kefali's followers. Confrontation.
Are you praising or insulting him?
I was not sure if it was supposed to be an insult or a praise, but I think more of an insult.
Praising him, of course. As a believer of the god of deliverance, it is only natural that he detests evil.
Wait, so she's insulting Alexa now. Alexa sees.
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave. Go as far away from here as possible. Don't mutter to yourself like some sort of madman and disturb my meditation.
I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
Season or next is an interesting duo.
Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could be the embodiment of Circe's.
Oh.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how they shared their knowledge equally among the masses. Such exquisiteness indeed.
This mural is quite abstract.
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the Reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
Of course I find such stylistic devices interesting. For all we know, this could be the answer to the question, what exactly are we?
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
Was this the reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were ambushed at the Grove?
Since you are aware of this, why did you save me back then?
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawncloud this time is not just to seek protection. What, then, is the intention behind your actions?
I also want to know that.
The entire plan is stored in my memory, so why don't you look there?
Because then I won't be able to see it when it sees.
Then don't mind if I do. 1 year old? 2 years old?
I like how she's messing with him.
Oh my. Even a member of the preeminent 7 sages must hug his droma stall to sleep? How interesting.
Yep, I like that.
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This must mean that behind this toy hides a secret that nobody knows, right?
Since our days are both numbered, I don't mind telling you more about it. This is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that was made to look like our family pet.
So there are other members in your family, eh? Are they also living in Akama?
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories. It won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories of when I was 5.
Oh, the black tide is everywhere. I can't bear to look.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali, And you, of course. Although I prayed to every titan that I could think of for help, my efforts were ultimately futile.
This... Could this be the inception of your research into alchemy?
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours. When I was pursuing my education there, I naturally also came to learn of the Thesis' theory as well.
Oh.
Oh, I remember that person. He was the one to come up with the concept of souls, right?
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls themselves. This is why I thought that, since all living things stemmed from the same origin, why could I not sacrifice myself in order to resurrect my nearest and dearest?
Razor is really trying to... Okay. On a mission to resurrect his family, I guess.
Anaxa, you...
I did it, teacher!
But this is absolute blasphemy. Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre. Your beloved, where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the both of us will be judged by the Council of the Seven Sages.
Calm down, teacher. My sister, she's still not in the mortal realm, even to this day.
What do you mean?
It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip by merely sacrificing one eye.
Ah, that's why he's wearing an eye patch. Huh?
Equivalent exchange. All I received for that price was but an opportunity to see her for one final time. Nothing more.
Oh. Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I cannot watch you go down the wrong path without doing anything to stop it. Never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself. If you can do that, this classroom will still be yours, and you'll have a chance to live out your own life.
Since I was able to see her one last time, I have no other desires. You're right, teacher. It's time for me to start a new life.
I am sincerely glad for you, child. Now then, what topic would you like to study?
I wish to continue the Thesis' research.
Continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue digging into this subject, your efforts will likely be futile.
Who's that, that God already found out everything there is to know about souls?
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient days, our understanding of the souls is but the tip of the iceberg. I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has become clearer than ever. I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I turn this farcical world upside down.
Who would have thought such a secret lay concealed beneath that hefty eye patch of yours?
Fair.
However, this story doesn't seem to be connected to your plan. In fact, I'd say that they aren't related at all.
Just a bit of character building opportunity for us, I guess.
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. After all, it'd be a waste for you to hold on to it. My story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me your secret. After all, this is what equivalent exchange means, correct?
As expected, you laid a trap for me to step into. Unfortunately, even if I was willing to talk about my past, I may not know more about it than you do.
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned Reason Titan is now admitting a lack of wisdom? Your followers are going to be sorely disappointed by this.
I mean, he has a point.
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance is the greatest wisdom of all.
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query. As the saying goes, onlookers see most clearly.
Is that so?
Lord Anaxa.
Hmm?
I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but time is of the essence.
I must think he's like a total weirdo, but hey, he kind of is.
I have a message from Lord Lygus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of Elders and is awaiting your arrival, so please depart forthwith.
It's finally time.
Carefully. The one who created the world, and the one who bears the world. If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events.
Okay.
To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges against that Lady Goldweaver.
Oh, this is like an orb for every core flame, so to say.
Isn't that the drones draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Make sure you keep it
Don't worry. He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
Oh, this one is a cat fly.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs, and it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet in...
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead.
Okay.
I'll take my leave for now.
Alright, I'll just run straight forward.
Welcome to the Demigod Council, esteemed guests.
Lord Anaxagoras, oh, I've heard so much about you.
Have you now?
Head of the Nusporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Circe's core flame, a survivor of the Grove Calamity. Did I miss anything? Well, if so, please be so kind as to enlighten me.
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts.
No,
instead, I am met with intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the shadows. Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a grand feast for all of the guests.
Everyone, stand down.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is not used to the stench of avarice and blood.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is more than adequate to accomplish our perilous endeavor.
So, you wish to start a war?
Does she know?
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights and mettle the citizens of Akama are so entitled to. As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany amid the clamor of the masses. And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation, you have indeed given us a glimmer of hope.
Is that in the background the cube, the core flame of Kefali? Well, why is it in such a weird cube?
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos heirs. But now that you're an ally of ours, we can continue talking somewhere else. As you know, these walls have ears. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters.
Welcome back to the hub of the Demigod Council, Lord Anaxagoras.
The Demigod
Surely
Council?
You remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public sentiment with their words. And yet there have also been innumerable blasphemous philosophers who set themselves up for failure because they refused to defend their actions. This tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of Akama in centuries. In 15 days, this site shall also become the most important, as well as the final turning point in Akama's history. May the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Era Chrysia, a golden age with no death, strife, or trickery.
Oh my, 15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise. Could such a coincidence truly exist?
Nope.
Using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have, as expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
As expected, she misunderstands you.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders. Don't test my patience with such superfluous formalities.
Well, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid as well. So that you can stay alive even when being pursued by the Golden Thread?
You worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely, as she still needs to garner support from the masses at the Citizens' Assembly.
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains. Surely you're not asserting that she will definitely act in a rational manner.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders to support me as much as possible. Naturally, this includes the guards as well. You're well aware how valuable Cersei's core flame will be in the era Chrysia that you are desperately pursuing. Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
I was thinking that like correctly that like kindness's goal is to like build a world where like just a certain set of rules apply which like benefit them the most. And you have that such as in like an endless cycle, so to say. Then how do they want to confront Black Tide now?
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders never shortchanges its allies. Since we're both intent on mutual cooperation, let's not mince words and just speak plainly to each other. Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice, like true philosophers, with our words and wisdom.
Alright.
Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss our common enemy, Aglaya. She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama, who has gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame. A formidable opponent indeed. Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed. Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? Are you just trying to pull the wool over our eyes and aid her in her savagery?
I mean, she is prepared to execute him and go for Trisac measures.
I believe you're aware of Castorus the Executioner. Long before I returned to Akama, Aglaya had already dispatched her to monitor me. If I weren't able to reach this place in time, I would have been forced to meet Thanatos first. As compared to a comprehensive plan with uncertain results, if you decide to cut open my chest and remove the core flame, wouldn't that settle her nerves even more? Everything is in place. She just needs the right timing.
I understand what you mean. At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. The Council of Elders is willing to defend your right to live, just as we defend every oppressed citizen. However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as everything that we hold dear, will be destroyed completely. The city will be burned to ashes, and the citizens' blood will be shed. Tell me, what are you willing to do for our esteemed citizens so that they can vanquish the enemies of our fine city?
question. Regarding my support is regarding the support of the entire grove, which barely exists anymore, so guessing.
Aglaya's authoritarianism, conceit, and arrogance have granted her unfettered control for the most part. Yet these traits are also her greatest weakness. If I can render her helpless by forcing her to experience the agonizing pain of betrayal, I am certain she will never recover from such a setback.
Surely you don't believe that such a tiny betrayal will be enough to push her to her wit's end.
What's more, there are many who remain silent, merely watching to see how much chaos I can unleash. Not to mention, you know full well that the Chrysos heirs have never been a united front.
In the name of Kefali, Akama thanks you for your sincere and valuable thoughts. At this stage, it's clear that you and I understand the benefits to be won from this discussion. Let me put it plainly. The Council of Elders has always been renowned for its fairness, and that fairness is built on a foundation of sincerity. The Council of Elders has vowed to all citizens of Akaba that it will always remain loyal to them. As for you, my lord, how will you guarantee that you will be able to live up to such earnestness and will not betray Akama's indomitable citizens when the opportunity presents itself? Just as you now betray Aglaya when it suits you.
She has a point.
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven. The fact that the Council of Elders is asking for proof of my loyalty is itself akin to a form of betrayal.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you bury the hatchet in a civilized manner. However, I am afraid that I must interrupt for a brief moment.
What's going on?
As the Theoros, I have observed the following. Lady Aglaya, the Goldweaver, is currently on her way to Dawncloud.
Ah.
Oh. Well, I do believe that we might have a slight overabundance of guests today.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud, it must still tolerate the whims of the Chrysos heirs.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I. In any case, I'm glad that she's arriving here.
Also...
So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine, if Aglaya were to demand that I hand you over, what should I do?
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no intention of offending her.
Not like you believe that.
By doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. Not only can it be destroyed at the slightest touch, but the Council will also lose possession of a valuable core flame. No, more like 2 core flames. After all, at the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death will also be standing on our side.
Oh.
Oh? How can you be sure of that?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that I have a plan. In my opinion, you should be more worried about the impending threat. If Aglaya can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead.
What the decks?
Is this the outcome that you wish to see, Lady Kindness?
Fine. I will handle this matter appropriately. But you do best to remember this. Fool the people, and karma will be on your tail. I'll overlook it this time, but don't count on there being a next time. Unless, of course, you crave cruel punishment and consider suffering the perfect state to ponder the true nature of souls.
Well, what do you know? That happens to be one of my rare talents.
We shall see, then.
Ah, I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again. But shouldn't you be going after more?
Maybe.
Dying to know what I'm after,
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
Easy there. You'll learn the answer soon enough. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say, onlookers see most clearly. The true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
Ah, so you wanted to get off the Ligers. Alright.
An expected visitor. Welcome once again. You know, you could actually skip all the pointless debate and come straight to me to seek an audience with Kefali. I have no reason to refuse you, do I?
Okay.
You may not, but kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kefali's core flame will get to rule over Akama. She's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust. I would say that debate was not at all pointless.
Very true.
In my view, this individual has gone to great lengths to get close to Kefali. He might very well be plotting something nefarious against the Titan. Are you still willing to let him pass, knowing this?
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always free to visit Kefali's transcendent vessel.
Forgot to peek at
This comes with being the world-bearer.
How convenient it is to be able to hear what they say.
It is truly my honor to speak to a venerated Titan in person. Please, go ahead. Let me join you both on this journey. Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefali once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the holy mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
I have to stick
Hear
with him,
that?
so he really works.
It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Walk faster.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
Normal walking speed is still faster than I guess. Jesus.
Go on ahead. Take this Yanis shortcut, and the long pilgrimage stairway will be waiting for you at its end.
I have to admit, I never expected you to not ask me anything. Not even my motive.
Because I know very well what it is you are after. As the saying goes, a gentleman helps others achieve their goals. I have a feeling that your theory will be validated at the end of this journey.
Okay.
I believe Kefali will not deprive you of your right to ask your question, especially now that you're on the brink of death. You must be closer to Kefali than anyone else. Wouldn't you agree?
Maybe except for us.
I hope things go as you say, then.
Like, for the very better.
Putting a child of justice into a farcical world is bound to turn it upside down. It is my hope that you bring a much-needed change to this world which is on the brink of destruction.
Should I be concerned? Let's see.
I want to make something with it. But what to make?
Honestly, this is my first time going up to Dawn Cloud's peak.
What a splendid view. Isn't it about time you recognize the magnificence of us Titans?
Well, I don't see how this place is different from those temples in the city. All they have are magnificent facades. And even though I've come this far, I'm still doubtful about getting useful clues from him.
I must be getting ahead of myself to be expecting to hear something nice from you.
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some time now? It's high time you get used to how I feel about things. Alright, we're just a short hike away from Kefali. No time to waste here.
Oh, what's happening now?
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphorius gets a new lease on life, you should focus on strengthening your body and stop shirking social interactions.
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight. Can you make it?
Why? Are you going to carry me up if I were to fall now? I know how far I can go, so just hold your tongue and come along.
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to gain control over your body.
Wait. Is that... Cersei's? Hey, look at that.
Huh? What should I be looking at?
Am I hallucinating? Or do we even get to see souls when we're close to dying?
I don't know. Maybe. Let's see what's going on. Where is this?
Oh? Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
Yeah, it's Folk of Destroyed Titan.
Nias. I know I've heard this name somewhere.
Huh. It's unfortunate. The Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios, from their prized ores and molten fire, couldn't escape the fate of destruction?
Hey, Cersei's. Do you know a certain Nias?
I mean, we do.
Nias? No, not that I remember. How did you even think up such a strange name?
I just saw him. Nias. A warrior-like figure who was just chatting with you here.
No, I have no such memory. Could you be hallucinating?
Community's certainly not doing good.
This is
Oh, he's also seeing other spirits. Like you're seeing like spirits like these too. Yeah, I'm seeing the coin. I cannot use the hand or sacred form.
You two again.
Where are the other coins? This is a big area, I can use this one. Oh, there's one. Oh, that's 5. Jesus. We can't go further, alright. Just a third. One more. Rest of the last one. Can go further than this. This Y. Can grab that. Ah, found it. Does I want to yank? No, he can't fly. Alright. Can I hit something? Self-criticism. Nice.
You two again.
Let's take a picture.
Enough about me. Did Kaos ever reply to you?
Well, regrettably.
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Wait, what?
Kaos. Demigod. I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he inherit?
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey! Are you seeing that same hallucination again?
Yes. It's still you and Nias, but you're now talking about a certain Kaos. I'm guessing he's one of your companions?
Kaos? This name sounds just as strange to me.
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. If things are as I thought, then they aren't hallucinations, but the souls of people.
What? But if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
I feel like I'm starting to get an idea what this is about.
Beats me. For all I know, You're just an illusion I conjured up in my dying moments. Let's just keep going. As long as I take in more sights and hear more stories.
Could be that forest is like on a cycle, and that like the demigods and the crisis heirs of the previous cycle become the titans of the next cycle, and that like you're seeing their souls from the past cycle.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
I'm fine. If this is indeed as I thought, then this will be very amusing.
Mm-hmm. This should become amusing, yeah. Easy.
So...
Can you keep going?
Of course. I'm just... If I knew we had to climb a mountain, I wouldn't have come along with you.
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphorius does have a next life, you may want to get your body in shape.
Keep your sarcasm to yourself.
I'm not getting anything of value from them.
I did, though.
I would sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise even a little.
Wow, okay. Cersei is the lazy one, I guess.
I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all.
Oh, okay.
Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
Calypso. She's one of the Seven Sages. A member of the Grove? No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages. Hey, Cersei's. Does the name Calypso ring a bell? Cersei's?
Here you go. I also saw 2 flies.
Doesn't matter. I can do this myself.
Yeah, I will have to get with the Hand of Cerberus, I think. Where did this... Ah, there, yeah. Yeah, I only can get it from the Hand of Cerberus.
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now? Oh, legendary era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk. Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Why is she doing a poem now?
Why are you chanting that too?
Oh, is that what, like, the voices he's hearing chanting in the background the entire time?
We're here, finally. So, I don't get to ask the Titan my question, but all of you make for a pleasant surprise, nonetheless. Very well then, let me uncover the truth for myself. Did I still fail to make it in time? So,
I'm back here again.
Oh.
This is... I can hear it. I hear it from the depths of the tides, behind the closed doors of the void world. A voice ready to tell me something. This time,
to tell you?
The voice is a lot clearer than before.
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Chaos too?
Wait, what?
Yes.
Just quite,
and
quite
we've been
like
waiting for quite some time now.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst case scenario is that he's already been overwhelmed and crushed by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area. And besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily, much less give up on all that he holds dear. Isn't that so?
Okay, if he's called Chaos was called Deliverer in the past, and this, from what it sounds like, the one with who took like the core flame of the world-bearing Titan, which currently is Cavalier. So it'll be fine on this task to get like Cavalier's core flame, and like not destroy core flame, for example.
Yes, I have faith in him.
That reminds me. Why are you making this trip alone, Polixia?
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are fine.
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else. Yet you are born only to take over Thanatos' divinity.
Okay, he was called Thanatos again.
Everything that I see and hear this time has left me shaken to the core. What may seem like a mundane conversation is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange that has revealed the ultimate answer to Cersei's question. The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from Cavalier. By doing so, I can answer Cersei's question and reclaim my body. But no, I will not do that. That isn't important. Because another one of my conjectures, one that I have always dreamed of proving, has been proved right this very instant. Fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan to replace said Titan is not a ludicrous idea after all.
Yep. Yep, exactly as I thought.
What are you thinking about?
Just in my head, I thought this towering tree is Cersei's divine body. It's a majestic sight.
Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be strangely familiar with the city around the great tree.
Where is something from the past I won't go into.
Events of the past, huh? I was also a child when I looked up at Cersei's. Their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars, and their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground. I stood at this very spot back then, imagining the day when I could climb to the top of this tree, because I would be the closest I can be to the sky at that spot.
You're a Sky Breeze, you study at a place that is home to the recent time. That's counterintuitive.
Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquila's realm? They're a strict and draconian god. Nothing like Circe's. Reason is willing to share what is theirs with others, but Sky only expects people to revere them. You get what I'm saying, right, Denny? After all, the titan that imprisoned you and Grey here in Amphorius is none other than Aquila themselves.
Yeah, well, true, yeah, she did imprison us. Yeah, I didn't count on prolonging the ire of a local god.
But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we are here for. It's just... I never thought Grey would meet with something like that before we set off. As a physician, I should have been there by his side.
But luck tends to come in streaks, so don't beat yourself up over it. Besides, Claire needs you here to uncover the truth behind what happened to the Grove. So just make the most out of this trip and keep a lookout for any documents related to the Death Titan. Could be useful to tell.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary, huh? In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground. Danny, with your skills, I'm sure those monsters born of the Black Tide will pose no threat to you anyway.
What about you? Will be alright on your own?
Have you forgotten that you're talking to the chief physician of the Twilight Courtyard? Have more faith in me. I'll be just fine.
Was I in here is happening? The vast amount of knowledge it holds, this academy is akin to a labyrinth of information. Even a crowd of scholars would easily lose their way in here. I should give them my thoughts before they in. How to live in Farius? In the Miss Aquila, the titan who reigns over the domain of the sky is a colossal bird that overlooks the world beneath them in 100 eyes. As long as they continue to soar above the clouds, the people of Amphorius remain trapped on the ground. Hyacinth forebears were priests who worshipped Aquila. Nobody is more familiar with the taboos of the Sky Titan than her, seeing how Aquila has sent her as a god. It's possible that she plans to have Hyacinth take on a trial in the future. Forest Titan mythology. In the Forest, Titans are a common topic of discussion. People create myths that in turn conceive Titans. It's a tricky task to keep an objective view when among the people of Amphorius. Is there a way to step out of the story and look at it from a different perspective? Titans and Eons. Titans and Eons are two distinct classes of beings. Titans can communicate with us humans, and it is not impossible for us to overpower them. Upon their demise, we can even take over their divinity. In this regard, Titans can be said to be a lot more similar to humans than Eons are. Chrysler are the demigods. Chrysers are humans who possess heroic qualities, with most of them demonstrating extraordinary combat prowess and strength. Upon clearing a Courflame trial, a Chrysers can even ascend to a demigod and inherit the Titan's divinity. Is something about it feels off. Is this a selection process of some sort? Yep, to become the next Titan. The Flame Chase journey and the prophecy. Guided by the prophecy, the heroes are on a quest to reclaim Courflames and usher in the Era Nova. Their efforts have seen gratifying results to date. As expected, the prophecy is the hardest to make any sense of, but with barely any information to go on, no matter how much I ruminate on it, it won't yield any results. I should leave this for another time. Or something else. Tamamo's blood. Nobody could have ever imagined that Tamamo's life would have been forfeit the moment we landed on Amphorius. I should have done more to keep him safe, but it's not too late. We still have a fighting chance. The unique rules that govern life and death on Amphorius might just work out in our favor and save him. The Grove is a veritable library of knowledge. Maybe they have records on a similar case. We said a B1. Enough musing for now, it's time to move. We're thinking I should search for clues as a move. Or it's not time to move, then I think I will actually be stopping here for the day. And we
This
will
place
continue
is
on
rich with the
exploring
sweet scent of flowers.
Grove of Danang
Can we stay here for a while longer?
next time around. Though I actually find quite curious what they're like revealing right now and what's going to happen with like how the story is going to continue in 4 years. I'm quite curious and intrigued by now. But yeah, we'll definitely be get back to that another time. As for now, I think you can be waiting someone. Hello there, dragon. Is this spirit voice? Journal. Good. I will look for someone. Continuing asking who we gonna rate. They're also playing Star Rail. I haven't really like watched them or seen them before, so surprised on who we will go on to. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Also thanks for those who are part of Read and stayed and watched along. I much appreciate for you staying until now. And yeah. Other than that, hope we see each other next time. Be nice over in the raid. Leave lots of love. And then yeah. I should actually start a raid before I do my outro, right? Yeah. I really should do the right steps, but yeah. And then we will see each other next time. Bye bye!